Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
For the longest time, the four nations have lived together in harmony. Under the wise leadership of Avatar Roku, the world has experienced an era of peace and prosperity unlike any other. But with the recent death of Avatar Roku after his volcanic island erupted, members of all four nations feel the winds and tides of change. With the search for the new Avatar only just beginning, the world seems poised on the brink of conflict. But without the Avatar, who will save the world?
My name is Bree, also known as PrettiPixel, and I am playing Shurva, a warrior from the Fire Nation.
I'm Andrew, also go by Lucifer. I'm playing Firebender that goes by Mako Bao.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Oki, a waterbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
I'm Brandon, and I'm Rung-Bolo, an earthbender from the Earth Nation.
Hey, I'm Dave, and my character is Al, the Airbender from the Air Nomads.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of members of all four nations.
Hello!
Hello.
Hi.
That was a very small hello, but hello everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It's me, Owen. We're playing Avatar Legends. I know. It's been a while. It's been 3 months since we last jumped in front of the Avatar Legends, but we're back. The hiatus is over. Now, first things first, we are joined tonight by our guest character, Archie, who is no longer a guest character with us. He's now main cast. Aquila is part of the cast.
We won!
Yeah, Archie's petition, which got to how many signatures in the end, Archie?
3.
3 signatures on change.org.
Including himself.
And me. I was one of them as well.
Yeah.
Winner,
So who was
winner.
the third?
It wasn't me.
Well,
I think
anyway.
it might have been Shroopy.
Might have been Shroopy. Archie's petition to become part of the Lost Archives main cast failed dismally, but out of pity, we've given it to him anyway. So welcome to the full cast, Archie, as you play Aquila, your lovely bloodbender character.
Thanks, Dad.
No
Thanks
problem.
for having me.
Yep, that's okay, son. Make sure you behave yourself, and we'll all just have fun, all right? So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We're super excited to be back playing Avatar Legends. Now, there are 2 apologies really quickly. Dave can't make it tonight. He is in Malaysia. That is a good enough excuse to get out of joining us tonight, so he unfortunately won't be here. Brandon...
They have internet in Malaysia.
They do. I think the time difference might be a bit punishing, though, if I'm correct. No?
Not good enough.
Okay, not good enough. Obviously, Brandon's also not here tonight. Brandon can't join us. I forget his reason, but it wasn't good enough at all. So, Brandon, shame on you. Andrew is here. Oh, sorry, you go.
Hi.
It's only 5 o'clock. It's 5 p.m. in Malaysia. I
Oh.
don't know if that's really...
Yeah, what the hell?
I fully rescind that then. I think he is there visiting family, though. So, like, maybe he's prioritizing his family over this family. But why would you?
Horrible.
Now, Andrew is here with us tonight. Podcast listeners, you'll be hearing his voice, but for you watching on YouTube or on the stream, you will notice that Andrew's face is his weird, like, just black and white face. His camera has just died on him, unfortunately, so he will not be having his webcam on tonight unless it mysteriously comes back to life again during the stream. So,
Allegedly.
Lack of use.
I believe him.
I don't. This man
Hasn't
just
used it
woke
for
up.
3 months.
Yeah, it hasn't been touched, so it's just decided to kill itself. Yeah, that sounded alright.
Yeah, you never turn your webcam
You
on for
want to
stuff,
talk
do you?
about it, champ?
Nope.
Well, look, hey, we're back. We're playing Avatar Legends. We're super excited to be back. Now, obviously, it's been a little bit of time since we last played. I've got a big, full recap ready to go so we can remember where we're up to. For us, it's been 3 months. For you, it might have only been a day since you watched the last episode, but for us, it's been 3 months. So there might be some things that we forget or don't get quite right. Whatever I say tonight is now canon, and that's what it's always been. If there's any things that I change, it's always been that way now. Thank you, everybody who joined us for the Curse of Strahd stream on Monday. That was an awesome session. And for those of you who joined, Archie, Leslie, who else was it? Jack was there, and Dragon for First Class Trouble last night.
And the random guy.
Yeah, big shout out to Dat Boy, who was some rando we picked up, who was actually loads of fun to play with. Yeah, he was great. Like we had a few misses the first few times we had a rando in with us, but then we found Dat Boy, and he was awesome to play with. Really positive energy. Just a really happy, positive dude.
Not like angry man.
Not like angry, shouty man who was like, if you guys are all going to be simping on each other, you can just kill me now.
So we killed him.
Yeah, so we killed him. Yeah, we put him in the air. No, so we had a lot of fun playing First Class Trouble last night. Obviously, Tyranny of Dragons didn't get to go ahead. We're waiting for Ali to come back to join us next week. So next Wednesday will be, I think, probably the penultimate episode of Tyranny of Dragons. I think we've only got sort of 2-3 episodes left. So come join us for that on Wednesday night. But tonight we're playing Avatar. So let me do the recap to get us back into the vibe. Oh, and obviously, tonight you'll be hearing lots of cool new music. While we had the 3 months off, I sourced a whole bunch of new tracks that we can use for Avatar Legends, much more thematic appropriate. I tried to match it to the vibe of Avatar the Last Airbender and Legend of Korra as much as possible. So you'll hear all new music playing underneath us tonight while we go forward, and for the next number of sessions as well. Alrighty, let me do the recap and let's get straight back into it. So, last we left off, our story has been following Shurva and Mako of the Fire Nation, Rung of the Earth Kingdom, Oki of the Water Tribe, and Aal of the Air Nomads. The children of important ambassadors of each of the 4 nations, they have been attending a historic summit at the Beifong Estate. With the recent death of Avatar Roku following the eruption of his volcanic island home, omens of war and conflict seem numerous. The team are currently on the trail of the 4 elemental spirits in an attempt to calm their rage and undo the damage done by a careless wish made of the whale spirit of the Siwong Desert. After locating and appeasing the Arctic fox spirit of the Northern Water Tribe, the group have travelled south, past the walls of Ba Sing Se and to the Eastern Air Temple. After meeting with Sister Taka, teacher and mentor to Aal, the group have learned the Storm Bison spirit has surrounded itself in a powerful storm cloud, which is now devastating the lands around the eastern coastline. Initially insistent that the group must stay behind to allow the airbending masters to deal with the threat, Sister Taka's mind was swayed when Aal revealed his new cloud-bending abilities to her. Knowing that powerful winds, deadly lightning blasts, and icy rain would be blocking their path to the bison, the team started work on devising a fairly dangerous-sounding plan. While Aal and the other airbenders hold the clouds and winds back to create a tunnel to the spirit, the rest of the group will attempt to reach the eye of the storm. You also had a bit of a play around with the idea of taking one of the large metal bells to try and direct the lightning towards it. We did discuss the science of lightning during that session a little bit as well, and why that was a long discussion. Why that might not work 100% how you guys intended. For podcast listeners, Bree has a new person, very, very cute, who's every so often just checking up to see what we're up to. Just checking in, just seeing what we're all doing. But yeah, so we left off last session as you guys were kind of talking through the beginnings of that plan, and we were going to jump straight into the execution of that plan originally, but now the plan is a little bit different. So as you guys sort of sit around at the table, sitting outside, enjoying some desserts and some cool drinks that have been brought to you by other members of the Air Nomads, Sister Taka sort of clears her throat and looks around. Well, what is your plan heading forwards? Obviously, the other Air Nomads and the other Air Masters, Airbending Masters, and I were planning to investigate this more closely and to try and disrupt the storm cloud. We were thinking maybe tomorrow or the next day. At the moment, it is out over open ocean. We thought it wise not to put ourselves and our bisons at risk if we were to be knocked out of the sky by high winds. So, you probably have a day or two to prepare yourselves to rest, to train, to meditate if you would like. I will convene with the other Air Nomads and talk through the new plan with the Masters. Aal, if you could accompany me, please. I believe we need to demonstrate your skills to the other Masters as well so that they may understand the reason for bringing children along with us. Aal also nods and goes, yes, Sister Taka, I'm so on board. Yep, let's go. And as Sister Tucker nods very gracefully to you guys and heads off, Aal looks over at the table at the 5 of you, sort of gives a bit of a smile and a wave and goes, I'll catch up with you guys later. Have a great time. I'll see you guys soon.
I love how close your Dave voice is.
Is it all right?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
It's actually really
It's very close.
Like, I'd forgotten how good you were with voices over the last 3 months. But like that was spot on, Dave.
You mean you don't watch every episode of Tyranny of Dragons and Curse of Strahd that comes out?
But you don't portray Dave.
Next question, Your
No.
Honor.
I don't portray Dave. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. When we were doing what's it called, First Class Trouble last night, the very first one we jumped into, some dude got really excited about my voice, like weirdly excited about it, and was like taking me round to like be like, dude, you got to hear this guy's voice. And I was like, part of me was like honored, but part of me was also really like,
You should have changed your voice every time he went up to someone new.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing like, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, come on, introduce me to your friends. Yeah. I thought that was quite funny. I didn't do that. In hindsight, I should have done that. That would have been way funnier.
You should have swapped from like that voice to one person to Pung to another voice, and then like a Dave voice, and then just.
Oh, I could have done Pung.
Impersonate all different people.
I
You
might
did
have to
Scottish.
practice. I did
You did
Scottish
do
one time.
Scottish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Just to mess with him. But yeah, sorry, off topic. So yeah, as you guys are sitting, no, that was me. I introduced that off topic adventure. As you guys are sitting around the stone table enjoying cold pressed fruit juice and all vegetarian cuisine, I should point out, like all of the tarts that are in front of you are fruit based. There's a lot of sweets here, and you do remember when you sort of sat down to eat this lunch. Al did most of the ordering. You are probably at this stage starting to wonder if Al might be on a track for diabetes at this stage. Yeah, as you guys are sitting around the table, Rung, who's sort of chewing loudly with his mouth open and occasionally like looking around, goes, "Yeah, I've had a bit of a think about what we're going to be doing, and I think rocks are the answer.
Thanks, Rung.
I was thinking we could just like shoot some rocks at the cloud, and maybe
You're
like
always-
strap like Mako to one of them, and like I could just shoot him at and then he could do some like lightning thing. What do you reckon?"
You're always one step ahead of everyone.
I think we give it a go.
Jesus.
I reckon you can go practice doing that as you're training, and we will go practice anything else.
That sounds like
over
a great
here.
plan. Yep.
Right, so do you reckon they're happy for me to just bend sections of the temple, or
100%.
I thought it was made of less than like decent rock.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why it's
right.
like
I wouldn't. I don't want to be.
rock or
I don't want to be caught dead bending such stone. I mean, that stone is beneath. All stones beneath me, but that stone's really beneath me.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe you should.
Unless I'm in a cave, then
go
the stone's
for a
above me as well. That is something Brandon would say. Do you know it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what hurt the most.
Yes.
Oki and Ahini, the two waterbenders who are with you, Oki kind of like punches Rung on the shoulder and goes, "Well, I think maybe then if we all wanted to spend a bit of time exploring, maybe checking out the Eastern Air Temple, Al said he'd be a couple of hours before he comes back. Maybe we could, like have a bit of a look around, check things out, see what's around here. I mean, I thought all the air temples would look kind of the same, but this looks so interesting. It's so different." As she looks around at the steep temples and large pagodas dotting the mountainside.
Maybe we should split up and cover more ground.
And look for clues. Sorry.
And then we can meet back up if we find anything interesting.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to do that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So, do you guys want to, as in split up? Are you all just going to stand up and walk completely 5 different directions? Or would you like, sort of
We
team
can
up a little
split
bit?
into like two groups, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Oki and Ahini seem pretty keen to stick together for the moment. Rung
perfect.
probably like looks over at where Al has gone longingly as Al disappears into the distance inside another temple.
Rung. Do you want to come with us, or do you want to go with the water gals?
Oh, I'm pretty happy either way. I mean, I just miss my cloud boy as he looks over at Al disappearing into the temple.
He'll come back. It's okay.
Oh, I don't have object permanence as an earthbender. No, he doesn't say that. That's now me being mean to a player character. Oki and Ahini sort of look over. Ahini gives a bit of a laugh and goes, "Hey, it's all right, Rung. You can come with us. We'll look after you. We'll keep you safe. Don't worry about it. We'll stop Rung getting into too much trouble. I think we weren't planning on going too far anyway. We were going to head down the mountain, maybe find a nice spring and do some waterbending practice. Maybe Rung could help us locate that spring if it's underground. So
There could even be some rocks down there, Rung. You play around.
oh
with?
yeah, just as you did mountainside, isn't it? So there's probably rocks around here." Yeah, Oki leans in. Yeah, we'll take Rung off your hands for a bit. Why don't you guys have a bit of an explore, see what you can find. If you learn anything about the storm bison spirit or sky bison spirit, maybe don't, like, if it's about wishes, don't tell Mako. And then she looks very pointedly at Mako.
I am right here. I can hear you.
Good.
We're aware.
We're
I hope
aware.
you've learned this lesson.
Okay, cool. Cool.
We
Yeah, I have.
forget that you don't listen when we say things to you, so if we talk about you, you might hear us.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Smart.
You know what?
Smart.
You know what? I can't fault that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so the area around you where you're seated is almost a bit of a plateau kind of setup. There's a series of gardens, terraced gardens around you. The main pagoda, sort of the central pagoda of the Eastern Air Temple, probably just south of where you are now. And then a number of smaller temples dotted around the edge of this plateau as well, nestled in amongst the mountainside. I hand over to you guys. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do, to see? Is there anything particular you'd be looking out for? At this stage, it's sort of getting to very early afternoon. A number of the Air Nomad students who are there learning, kids sort of younger than yourselves and those who aren't that much younger than you as well, out doing a series of practices and techniques. At the moment, it doesn't look like they're doing much bending. It's mostly sort of the movements to allow for bending. They're sort of, it looks like they're stretching out muscles and doing almost like a meditative dance in a way. Essentially Airbender Tai Chi at this point. So
Okay.
yeah, what would you guys like to do? I hand over completely to you guys.
I personally would like to go to maybe some sort of temple or something to learn more about
Blood
Yes.
sacrifice.
the spirits.
That's the blood god.
Again, I have moved past those ways. I have not bloodbended for quite some time now.
Yep.
Been 3 days.
I think it's been a week.
Yeah, it's not that long.
Yeah, it's been like a week, right?
Nah, couple of days, because you because you
We spent like what, 2
No.
days at the other air temple and then 1 or 2 days travel.
Yeah.
and
To
you
this one?
picked picked Aquila up on your way from the other air temple to this one. Like Aquila wasn't
Yeah,
with
so
you at the other air temple with Monkey
4 days
outside.
max.
yeah,
days.
4 days max.
Let's call it
It's been
5.
4 days since
Let's
we.
call it 5, and then it cut into the weekend, so it's basically
It's a
full
work week. Yeah.
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 We're just rounding up here.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's a leap year, so technically it's a whole year. No.
Yeah, I think that's how it works, right?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
All right, well then, perfect. In that case, then Aquila sort of you announce that to the group. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to do?
Of course, Mako would like to see some spirits, I'm sure.
No, not particularly. I'm good.
I call bull.
That's fine.
I call Bison.
Where?
It'd be bullfrog, it's like the front half of a bull, but with massive frog legs.
Oh, I
That's
hate it.
Yeah.
That's
Stop
already
doing
disgusting.
this.
I don't know if you guys can remember, but I'm only capable of creating
Yeah.
monstrosities
Monsters,
with
yeah.
with the combined avatar animals. I'm actually only capable of horrific creations. That's all I'm capable of.
I have not seen one horrific. I'm just saying. All of them have been
And
incredible.
this is why you're my favorite.
Chirpy's the most horrifying.
You leave Chirpy alone.
Unpopular opinion, Andrew. You might want to watch yourself. The internet can be ferocious in its defense of Chirpy. All right, well, perfect. Then, sorry, no, Mako, you go.
So, do you think there'll be like a quiet place at this temple?
I feel like the whole temple's probably going to be quiet.
Touche. I'll find
A
a nice
bunch of
spot.
monks, like, they don't really talk, they meditate.
Yeah, I'll find a nice spot there,
A
I
monk's
guess.
party? I don't know.
I can't imagine
you
that
don't
they
know yet.
would. I feel like the only monk that would really party is
It's the most
Monkeyatsu.
it's the most insane party you've ever seen.
It's like a silent
Instantly-
disco, but they don't have
Yeah.
headphones or music. They're just like rocking out, just to the internal beauty of nature.
Trying to claim that they're meditating or something.
Yeah, rocking out to the sounds of the cosmos
They
echoing
get
through their
really
spiritual-
high, and
Yeah.
then they just party.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right,
yeah.
brilliant. In that
Yeah,
case, then,
cool.
Aquila, as you
What-
sort of look up and have a bit of a look around, you haven't sort of been directed too much around this temple.
Yeah.
You guys don't really know your way around the Eastern Air Temple at this stage, and as you sort of stand up and look around, obviously looking sort of a little bit confused as you sort of start looking up and trying to look for any signs to a library and failing to see any signs anywhere. You have a bit of a sort of confused look around. an airbender, an older man dressed in long, flowing orange robes, shaved, bald head with the blue arrow tattoos, very long, droopy moustache that's sort of this dark brown with flecks of grey coming through it, a very sort of faint salt and pepper. Probably only about 40, but because of the shaved head and the droopy moustache, he has this kind of air of being quite a bit older. And as he wanders over and sees you guys, he seems to just be wandering through the garden, but as he sort of pauses and sees you, comes over, hands folded inside his robes. Ah, welcome, travelers, to the Eastern Air Temple. You seem rather lost. Can I assist you at all?
Just looking for a temple or a library.
Well, at the Eastern Air Temple, you will find no shortage of temples. As he sort of like gestures at all the pagodas around you. As for a library, well, you might be in luck. I actually manage our library here. I was just taking a walk for some food to have a bit of a lunch, but it seems you have some food here with you. I offer you a trade. One of those delicious mango tarts. In exchange, I can take you to the library and show you around.
I look at Mako.
How about a berry tart?
Ooh, you drive a hard bargain. Yes, I will take the berry tart in exchange.
Oh, okay, cool. Hand over a berry tart.
Yeah, he
Why
reaches
wouldn't you
down.
just give him a mango tart?
The mango ones are the better ones. Shh.
He nods, takes the berry tart, takes a big sniff. Yes, beautiful. Well, come with me. I will take you to the library and show you around. I will have to leave this at the front desk and enjoy it once you are all set up inside. Come, young ones, follow me. No food inside the library. I am sorry. No food inside the library.
Okay.
Is that a problem, young man?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We have a space where you can leave any belongings that you do not wish to take into the library with you.
I've got everything I need. That's okay.
Oh, and I can tell by your garb that you are of the water tribe. If you could refrain from getting any water on the parchments, that would be most appreciated. And for my two Fire Nation companions here, no fire in the library either.
Never
It's
heard
okay, I
of
can't
my
do
life.
anything.
You can't do anything.
Pretty lame, I know.
I'm not a bender.
Oh, there is no shame in that at all. Neither am I.
Yeah, but you're a boring librarian, no offense.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Some-
okay. Whoa.
some
whoa,
taken.
Whoa.
I'm a warrior.
Well, do they not say that the quill is mightier than the sword?
I've never heard that before. Not once.
I would really like to see someone bring a quill to a knife fight.
He gives you a bit of a smile. Not a literal fight, my dear. Well, come with me. I will take you to the library. And with that, the air nomad man begins to walk off, looking around behind to check you guys are following, but otherwise walking back in the direction he'd just come from, which is
What a
down
strangely amazing coincidence that we ran into the librarian while we were looking for the library.
I know, right?
It was
Trevor, I've only ever heard that the sword
Meant
is
to be.
sharper than the quill.
It's the sort of
Anyway, we
coincidence you see
we
in,
follow old library man.
sort of coincidence you see in The Last Airbender all the time.
Yeah.
As you guys follow this man whose name you have not asked through the gardens,
shit.
you
Duncan.
pass by a number of beautiful maple trees. Their leaves are still the vibrant
trees.
green as you are still in summer, heading towards the beginnings of autumn. Just a touch of orange starting to come into the maple trees leaves. He leads you down the other side of the garden to a place you've not been before, a series of stone steps leading down towards a long gangplank that heads out toward a temple a little bit further away from some of the other ones. And as he leads you down this stone bridge across an area of quite deep ravines, you come to the doors of this pagoda, steeped white stone carved out with reddish-orange roof tiles marking the different floors, and you can see very small slit windows all the way up. You imagine providing not a huge amount of light to the inside of this structure. As you get to the doors and he pauses and turns around, you can see the doors are wide open, and inside this massive spiral staircase leads up around a central column. This massive rectangular bookshelf made of this very dark, polished wood with a staircase running all the way up like a spiral around the outside of it, this central column of bookshelves. So, if you have any food or drink that you would like to leave with me, you can do so just here. And he points at a small series of shelves, square baskets inside of them, that some are empty, some are full. You can see that some of the baskets have personal possessions in them, but most of them seem to be empty.
We're not carrying backpacks, are we?
You have like little like rucksack kind of thing.
Yeah.
That is okay. I'm happy for you to take your belongings in with you. That is not a problem. Just make sure no fire, no food, no water.
I'll hand him my sack just to put away.
I can't remember do I have my puppet bag?
Yes, you do.
I do. I will leave that with old library man.
Yep.
we get a ticket?
He gestures towards the square baskets and points. Oh, please, no.
Right.
You can deposit it here.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll chuck it in. I'll not chuck it. I'll place it in the thing.
Perfect.
I'll chuck mine in the same one, just like a couple feet away, just to chuck it in.
Brilliant.
I'll take mine back out and put it in a separate one.
Put it somewhere else. Okay, real mature.
Yeah.
Right, well, if you would care to accompany me, is there any topic in particular that you would like to be looking at? There are a number of works in this library.
I think we got a couple things. I know that the two Fire Nation are looking at. I want to look at spirits and the Sky Bison spirit.
Ah, yes, I can imagine why you would be interested in such a topic. We are going to be, if the airbending masters are unsuccessful in their attempts to divert the storm, we'll have to start looking at sealing up the windows to the library to prevent the rain and strong winds coming in and damaging the books within. I can imagine why you might be interested in such a topic. Yes, you will need to head to...
That's the only downside?
Well, this building in particular is quite well set up, and we are somewhat protected from the storms by the mountains on either side. But most of the main platforms, the Sky Bison pens and things like that, are probably most at risk.
Interesting.
Yes, at third floor you will want to head to up the spiral staircase, 3 floors.
Is there information on other spirits there as well?
Yes, we have quite a large collection on works examining the different spirits. We've had a number of air nomad masters, airbending masters, who have studied the spirits quite extensively and recorded their findings. Yes, you will find items here. Not as impressive as the Northern Water Tribe's collection, but you should still find some things. Not Northern Water Tribe, the Northern Air Nomads, the Northern Air Temple. They have a much larger collection, but you will still find things of interest here.
Would you have anything on a spirit known as Yavu?
Yavu? I'm not familiar with that name. History is more my area of expertise within the library. Floors 4 and 5, if you were wondering. Yavu? No, I'm not particularly familiar with Yavu. I suggest you have a look. There may be an index if one of our more enterprising students has created one. Sometimes students who are punished are sent to the library here to index books and to make catalogues of important terms.
Now, you just said history. How far back would your history go?
Oh, quite a way. We have a number of books and scrolls that head back to a number of number of the Avatar cycles. As far back as Kyoshi, I know we have quite a large collection. Before her, there is a bit less on record.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I just walk in.
Were there
I'll
any
follow.
other topics you would... Oh, okay. Goodbye, my friends.
Actually, sorry, Mr. Library Man.
You can call me
Mr. Library Man. This is gonna sound bad, but would you have anything on bloodbending?
Bloodbending. I have not heard this term before. I'm
Okay,
not
no
aware
more
of the
questions.
technique. He sort of looks a bit thoughtful as you say that, Aquila. Do you want to? Do you want to make me a check? Do you want to make an assess the situation for me? Our first roll of the night. I went to look at the camera, but I forgot I've moved it to here.
How do I do that?
You don't.
Oh,
Um,
I just accidentally just dice rolled. I don't know what that did.
It's okay. So if you click on assess the situation, perfect. Yes, brilliant. 11, absolute success. Nicely done. Is your assess the situation not plus anything?
No, I just accidentally just clicked the dice. I didn't know where to
Oh, that's okay. Look, do you know
where to
what?
find
It's
assess the situation.
That's still correct.
It actually isn't. Creativity is not plus anything.
So it is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. No, that's awesome. Okay, perfect. I will. So 11, full success. Yeah. So the way assess the situation works, if you might not remember, is you get to ask 2 questions of me. The reason I've kind of prompted you is because one of those questions we're going to do as a like, what's his reaction, and then if you wanted to ask a follow-up question after that, you're welcome to.
Okay.
Aquila, his reaction was one of curiosity at first, and then it's almost like he kind of shut down all other emotions and is just very, very deadpan right now. You don't get the sense he was lying when he said he hadn't heard of it, but...
I mean, I'd assume that hearing about bloodbending, you wouldn't be like, oh, yeah. I know about that every day. Every day I hear about bloodbending.
Doesn't sound
Nothing to be
great,
concerned about.
does it?
No,
Yeah.
it's like, it's great. Great time.
Ah, bloodbending, yes. My mum used to be a bloodbender.
Yeah, his reaction is a bit, yeah.
Now I gotta think of how to word it.
It's a question you ask of me, not of the NPC, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to like... Wait, what am I asking you? One of these questions, right?
Any question you want. One of those is a good example,
Okay.
but also any question that relies on your ability to see, hear, perceive.
Okay, because my whole thing is just like I wanted to find something that I could read about, because obviously I can't find about Yavu itself, but if I can find out about like the history of bloodbending and then figure out like that way where it stemmed from, that's kind of like all those sort of like where it started from and sort of how it became this like shunned side, more so than like I want to be a bloodbender.
Yeah. Okay, tell you what then, we'll save that assess the situation for when you get into the library to kind of like look around for scrolls or books that might be of interest to you around that topic then. That's I think we can save that for when you get inside. Perfect. Alrighty. Marco. You've headed inside. Shurva, was there anything else you wanted to do?
Not overly. Like I want to look into key blocking, but I'm not sure if they'll have anything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can you do an assess the situation for me as well? See what you can locate. But yeah, your instincts are probably correct. You get the sense that
I don't think that would have much to do with any kind of combat.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, so I was kind of like...
Alrighty, Marco, we'll do with you for a moment. As you head on inside, the area inside the temple towers above you. The roof is meters and meters and meters away, and you can see this central spiraling staircase around these massive pillars made up of bookshelves, all filled with scrolls, books, treatises, journals. The sheer amount of paper in this room would be enormous. And this central spiral staircase leading up to the rooms above. You can also see that actually each of the floors, the walls are also made up of bookshelves as well. This is actually quite a large collection. Obviously, when you compare it to how you guys have been in the Lost Library of Wan Shi Tong. Comparing it to that, this is like some like hobbyist's collection. But still, for a mortal collection of books, this is kind of impressive. You obviously didn't get to see too much of the Northern Air Temple's collection of scrolls and of books and information, but for him to sort of say, the Northern Air Temple's better, you find that surprising. This place looks pretty impressive. And as you crane your head to look up, you can see that the light in here is coming from jars of fireflies, looped in with macrame ropes, holding them to the belts of other air nomads who are walking around, and also hanging from the ceiling. These large jars full of fireflies, illuminating the area around. No flame in here at all. As you step inside, as you step inside, you can see Lomu. Oh, well, you guys don't know his name yet, but the air nomad librarian steps in, looks up, and goes, "Ah, to see the spiral staircase for the first time. It is rather impressive, no?"
It is magnificent.
No.
It's pretty cool.
Just
Please.
saying no.
Enjoy,
That's what he asked.
enjoy your time in this library. Remember, no flame, no food, no water.
On it.
No food, no flame, no water.
Perfect. Enjoy the library. If you need anything, you can speak to one of the attendants or myself. I will be down here enjoying this delicious berry pie just on the steps outside.
All right.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Mr. Library.
Lomu,
It's librarian.
anytime.
That's
Thank you,
too
Mr.
long.
Librarian.
That's too long. Mr. Library. Please, Mr. Library was my father.
With that, Lomu nods and begins moving outside. You see he takes the berry tart from inside his sleeves, gives another sort of sniff, and then reaches to pull a spoon out of one of the pockets inside his robes. Alrighty. So, as you guys enter in, you know that level 3, the third story, is where most of the information on the spirits is likely to be. So I'm guessing that Aquila is heading straight there. Mako?
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly peruse my way up to level 3, but I'm just gonna have like a look and see what's happening on level 1 and 2.
History is 4 and 5, by the way. Mr. Library said.
That's what he's proficient at.
Yeah.
1 and 2 seems to be works on philosophy. As you begin sort of moving up, you can see that the first 2 floors are dominated by philosophical treatises, philosophical works created by air nomads, as well as some other cultures represented here as well. A couple of scrolls marked with the seal of the Water Tribe or the Earth Kingdom. Not very many Fire Nation scrolls here. But,
I wonder why.
Yeah, something about imperial cross-capitalism doesn't seem to have penetrated well into air nomad culture.
Yeah, it doesn't match, does it? I might actually stick around the first 2 floors then and just have a little bit of a read and peruse.
Yeah, can you roll me an assessor situation as well? Shurva, your assessor situation was a 5. That is a miss. As you look up this towering column of books, probably the first thing that pops into your mind is, oh fuck, am I going to have to look through all of these? As you look at this, there's a sense of feeling overwhelmed. The sheer volume of paper here that you're going to have to flick through to find things on key blocking. It's going to be easy to find someone to teach you, isn't it? It's probably going to be easier, right? Than trying to find a book in here. A lot of effort.
Fair enough.
I speak as your subconscious when I make a check. I talk as if your subconscious was talking back.
Jesus.
What?
I don't think he's talking back.
No.
Yes, my child.
What? No. It's real. I've been following the wrong religion. No, I just got 11. That's all.
11. Absolute success. With a -1 too. Nice.
Yeah.
Mako, what kind of things are you looking for?
I'm looking for philosophy on other leadership.
Leadership, okay. Yeah, as you have a bit of a look through, sort of gently moving scrolls aside to see what some of the titles are, there's a number of scrolls that begin catching your attention quite quickly. In fact, it seems like, rather coincidentally, the first shelf you go to look at seems to be talking about the philosophies of some of the generals of the Earth Kingdom. This looks to be one of the sort of sections, the very far between sections on military strategy, but it's more to do with military philosophy and the ideas behind how military conduct should be. Very strong sense of honor and of discipline in amongst the Earth Kingdom scrolls. As you sort of have a bit of a flick through them, not reading them closely, but looking through them, Yeah, very strong sense of honor, which kind of connects with you because the Fire Nation is
Yep.
also, very strong on the honor side of things. But
My honor.
my honor. Cut my hair. As you begin like looking through, there is a lot of information around like discipline. This idea of being sturdy and steadfast in your opinions. Once you make a decision, never back down from it, which is a bit different from the Fire Nation. This seems to be very Earth Kingdom philosophy, this idea of you take a position, you are as stubborn as a stone from then on. You hold that position and you keep it locked in and you are unmoving, whereas the Fire Nation is a bit more fluid, a bit more dynamic, a bit more energetic. This seems to be very much solid.
Okay.
And there's this whole idea that you come across of Jing, positive and negative Jing, that you can accumulate in various situations in life, in combat, this idea of positive Jin when you are attacking, negative Jin when you are running away. You're not really familiar with these terms before, but as you sort of read through them, this idea of, accumulating positive and negative energy almost, or, I guess energy is the right word for it, depending on the actions that you take. And
Cool.
a good leader balances the two. Like a foolish leader only uses positive, a cowardly leader only uses negative. It is a wise leader who balances the positive and negative to reach neutral. And that's kind of the main philosophy, this idea of balancing your impulses with a tempered and considered mind, but also allowing your impulses to drive action. This idea of wisdom coming from, that's probably would speak to Marco a little bit, I imagine, given that Marco's impulsivity has led to most of the problems that we're currently facing in this campaign.
This group of whole faces, cool. That one's good. I like that.
Is there anything else you're looking for? You've got 2 questions. That was your 1 question. So
now I'm very. I don't know which one to ask because I've got 2 left. Like 2 things I want to ask, but I don't know which one. Is there any on what people, but like what other philosophers believe, the role in which benders play in society?
Ooh, philosophy on that. Yeah, as you have a bit of a look through, sort of finishing up with these sort of treatises on leadership, you come across some interesting scrolls that have been penned by an air nomad. As you have a bit of a look through it, this air nomad has taken the name, or it has the name Guru Tsomo, Tsomo. Do you want me to type it in chat?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll chuck it in the Roll20 chat just because it's easier to get in there. Guru Tsomo. This idea that when you have abilities or when you have power or when you have knowledge that is beneficial to other people, you have a responsibility to implement that in a way that helps those around you. And that, in a way, benders at their core are people who have been given a responsibility. In Guru Tsomo's mind, it's a responsibility from the spirits, this idea that that those who manifest the bending powers are blessed by the spirits, and it is their job to help heal the world and heal others around them with their actions. The implication this kind of has on the Fire Nation for you probably makes you a little bit uncomfortable. There's not much healing that you know of fire-bending being able to accomplish. You get the sense this is very air nomad-centered.
Air nomad.
But
Yeah.
This idea that there is a responsibility that comes with power.
Okay. That's what I sort of wanted to look into, so that's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Alrighty. At this point, Shurva, you're probably getting a bit bored, like looking around as Mako begins like rifling through books and just like nodding to himself and occasionally just going, yes. Probably is a bit frustrating. There's not much else going on around you. And as you look up towards where Aquila is, Aquila seems to be doing the same bloody thing. Aquila, your previous successful roll of 11, you were looking for information on Yavu, correct?
Yeah, Yavu or bloodbending in general.
Bloodbending. Looking through the information on the spirits, no information about bloodbending. You're probably quite disappointed by this, but there's no reference. There's not really much reference to bending at all in the section on spirits. the first thing you kind of come across is this big catalogue that seems to describe at least the author's interpretation of what various spirit groups are. So they've tried to sort of group them as like animal spirits or tree spirits or life spirits. And as you're kind of flicking through this, like some of the decisions that the author has made are pretty questionable in your mind. Like they've decided that this forest spirit that resembles a giant panda must be an animal spirit because it looks like a giant panda, but then it's also the spirit of the forest as well. And so in your mind, you're like, it seems pretty arbitrary. The author kind of just like, well, it looks like a panda, must be an animal spirit. And as you read through, it's like, it's the black and white spirit. So yeah, you kind of get where he's got the panda idea from, but it doesn't really make any sense. Probably a bit frustrating. And right as you're about to give up on this book, there's a loose page almost stuck to one of the other pages, and it's only out of the corner of your eye that you notice this right as you're closing the book. And as you slowly open the book back open and peel these pages apart, there's a page titled Dark Spirits. And you can see no names, no descriptions, but drawings of 8 dark spirits. One of them looks like this massive centipede wearing a mask of a very human-like face. Another one looks like this collection of spiral patterns in a diamond shape with this long tail coming off it, dark black and red ink used to mark it out. And then there's also one that looks like a swirling vortex. Very similar to how Yavu looked when you saw him.
What a good guy. What a cool guy.
Yeah.
So there's no words or anything.
No words on the page, just these very rough, hastily drawn pictures of them.
Okay. I flip it over.
Yeah. As you have
Like
the
see
back.
if there's anything else.
No,
Yeah.
nothing on the back either.
Can I? It's. You said it's a loose page,
It's
right?
a loose page. It's actually not connected to the book. It looks like it's been stuck there, as if maybe the ink wasn't fully dry when this page was added, or maybe someone tried to stash this page away, and for some reason it's gotten partly stuck to the inside binding. But yeah, as you pull it out and look at it, this page, the parchment doesn't match the other parchment pages at all. It's much more faded, much more yellow, much older. And as you have a bit of a closer look, you're pretty sure there's some dried blood stains on the bottom right-hand corner as well.
I'll fold it up and pocket it.
Okay, excellent. What is your balance between? Your balance is between action and forgiveness.
Action and forgiveness.
Yeah. I might get you to move your track towards action and away from forgiveness, please. So
Right,
you
how
can. You're
far?
already more. Just one step. So just move one step towards action. So you were already 2 steps towards forgiveness. So just take one balance back towards action, please.
Done.
Yeah, that is a moment of balance change there for you. You are making a very active decision to steal something and not telling.
I mean, it was already loose. Like, I don't know if it came from.
I mean,
that
you can try and
book.
justify it, but I think we both know.
Who knows where it came from?
Alrighty.
Like, I found lots of sticky pages before.
Shurva, these 2 nerds are spending so much time in this place. You are starting to really get a bit frustrated as you stomp back down the stairs, have a bit of a look around. There's no one to hit. There's nothing to really do in here but look at these old dusty books. You're so bored. And right at the point where you're like, do you know what? I'm just going to lie down here and die. There's nothing better to do. You hear a short scream come from outside. Almost as if it's been cut short.
Did it sound like Library Man?
Hard to say. It was definitely a human scream. Ah! And then suddenly just stopped. Yeah, it could be a male, but the echoes inside this place distort the noise somewhat, make it very hard to hear properly what it might have been. But yeah, this short cry and then silence.
Not Mr. Library.
Mr.
How
Librarian.
close am I
Yes.
to the door?
Only sort of 20, 25 meters away.
Okay, I'm gonna try to run and open the door and see if I can catch anyone out there.
Yeah, as you quickly sprint to the door and begin looking outside, you can't see any people. As you have a bit of a look, you look around, there's no signs of anyone around. And then you see on the steps of the steps heading up towards the library, this red smear, almost like a stain, slash across the stone steps. And as you hurriedly run up to look at it, you realize it's the berry tart. It's been crushed underfoot, smeared across the steps. This dark red stain, very blood-like from a distance, but as you get closer, you realize it is this.
So
this
glad
berry
we didn't
tart
give
that you picked
Mango
up.
one.
Maybe he didn't like it.
Yeah. And as you look, Shurva, you can see that there is a very faint drag mark heading away from the library in this red. It's red berry paste. Could you roll me another assess the situation, please? Actually, before you do, you've already done, haven't you? What's your skills and training? Is that plus? What's that plus? Because I'd also say tracking is one. So it's with focus. So what's your focus?
Focus is +1.
Okay, so let's add 1 to that. So that's a 6. I believe a 6 is a pass. Let me just double check that now that I say that out loud.
I think a 7 is a pass.
7's a pass, yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think a 2.
Shurva, as you look, a bit of a look around. He's just gone. You know, he said he was going to come out here to sit down, but doesn't seem to be anyone here now.
Okay. I'll go back into the library and get the guys' attention.
Yeah, you head back in. How do you get their attention?
Oi!
That'll do it. Sorry, headphone users.
Old mate's gone outside, and I think I heard something
What'd you hear?
like almost like a scream, but I'm not really sure. It was a very manly scream.
Oh, so probably nothing bad happened. If it
Was it
was
like a
that
oh?
manly. That's a sigh. That's a
Yeah.
sigh. That's different.
I would have said that's more of a groan.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a scream. And there's berry pie smashed on
He
step.
wasted the pie.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's allergic to berries.
I mean,
Let me put this scroll away.
Yeah.
This is just getting interesting.
I'll say,
I'm
well, I
sorry.
didn't find anything, and I'll come down.
He says that.
Cool. I make my way down and head out the door. And I pick up my bag.
Yeah, as you head out the door, Shurva, as you join up with Shurva, Aquila and Mako, as you have a bit of a look, you see what Shurva saw before. This bright red stain, which, again, as you first see it, you probably mistake for blood for a second, and then you realize, oh no, Shurva did say
He
about
was
the
not-
berry pie.
Oh wait, no.
Say about the
Would
berry pie.
I mistake it for blood?
No, sorry, Aquila, you wouldn't. You know blood very well.
can you berry blend?
Berry
Berry
blend.
bend?
Berry
he can
bend.
make a great smoothie.
Question. I mean, yeah, probably.
Is that
you
water?
can
That's
probably-
basically water.
Because the swamp,
right?
that's how the swamp
Yeah.
benders do. They bend the plants inside water. So I would argue, technically.
If you got good enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have
Yeah,
to train in that part though.
Get good enough to make smoothies.
Yeah, okay. That's my new mission. Berry bending.
Okay.
Blood
anyway.
bending was getting a bit too edgelord. I'm gonna go full vegan and
Yeah.
turn to berry blend.
I just want Al to love me.
Okay, that's the mission. When Al comes back, he's gonna love you. Yeah. You have a bit of a look around. There's no sign of the librarian.
Does the trail look like it leads somewhere?
Marco, you have a bit of a closer look. You can see the single street heading away from the library, but if you're going to have a bit more of a look, I'm going to need you to do an assess the situation again for me. Doing a lot of these. Jesus Christ.
Question.
Hello.
So when we exit the library, it's just
Yeah.
like a stairs.
Yeah. So
there's
there's 8 stone steps leading up to the top of the platform that the library is positioned on. This massive multi-tiered, not ziggurat, pagoda, multi-tiered pagoda.
Assess the situation. So that's just creativity. Okay.
Don't stuff it up, Andrew.
I can't remember what a failure is.
You need a 7.
7 is success. So 6 is
Oh,
a fail. Okay.
Cool, I think
You got it. 7, but with
Cool.
consequences. Yeah, Marco, have a bit of a closer look. Yes, you can. You can see there are a couple of these red streaks heading away back towards the bridge. And as you follow, you think they're going to be leading across the bridge, but they don't. They suddenly veer off to the right towards the edge of the ravine. And as you look over the edge, you can see down deep into the darkness below what you almost think could be a flash of orange at the bottom, but it's very hard to see. Oh, that's so impressive, by the way.
Orange.
For podcast listeners, Bree's cat is now perched on top of her secret lab Titan chair. You've got the fabric one too, don't you? Yeah.
Not a
Guys,
sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
I wish, please sponsor us.
Unless.
We'd love to have you, secret lab.
Okay, sorry, just an aside. He weighs such little, like, amount of whatever.
No,
that
he doesn't
can
even
sit-
shift the magnets.
He's on the magnet part.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm
He
very
weighs
impressed.
so little.
He probably weighs about a kilo, or maybe less than that. Surely, yeah.
He's less than
800
that.
grams.
He can walk across my keyboard without pressing the keys.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's pretty cute.
Yeah.
I remember when my puppy weighed that much. She's now 2 kilos.
Anyway,
Look at him, like he's figuring it out. Look at him go.
He's gonna fall, and it's gonna be so funny.
You
Yeah.
gonna catch him?
No, he's got to learn.
He's got to learn. That's true.
Go.
He's figured it out. Marco, back to you.
Kill.
Oh yeah, we're playing Avatar.
Sorry, we just all got so distracted by a cat. I think they've jumped off this area here. Looks like there's something orange in the water. I can't make out what it is though.
Is it in the water?
I mean, as you look, Aquila, you can't see any water from up here, but maybe Marco's got better eyes than you.
Maybe.
Okay, so I'm just gonna jump and see what happens.
Okay.
Actually, is there a way down? Sure.
As you look over
Where's
the
your voice
edge,
of reason?
as you look over the edge, Marco, you can't really see from this angle where you are. It just looks like a sheer ravine. But as you sort of call Shurva and have a bit of a look, Shurva points over towards the left-hand side where you can see a very narrow, almost like goat track, weaving its way down the inside of the ravine all the way down to the bottom. It looks very narrow, and the rocks look very crumbly around the edges of it, but it is a track down towards the bottom.
So
How narrow exactly?
We're talking
Like
about
compared to a human foot.
we're talking about 30 centimeters.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So like average.
Hey, that's pretty narrow. I wouldn't want to climb down a ravine with only 30 centimeters of clearance.
No, neither would I. But
And no airbenders. Or
Or,
Yeah,
or rock benders.
Oh, rock
Earthbenders.
yeah.
airbenders,
ooh.
yeah.
Good thing
I
we
have,
sent them away.
good thing we told them not to come with us. Shurva, do you want to go first?
Where am I going first?
It's just to like scout out and see if there's any.
Why are we
dangers
going
ahead.
down here at all?
Like, did you not say the librarian was kidnapped or like murdered?
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to him.
What makes
Oh, okay.
what makes you think that the Mr. Library's down here?
I swear I saw a hint of orange.
What's orange
Hint
got
of
to do with
orange.
anything?
Wasn't he wearing orange?
Like fire?
No, different orange.
Oh.
Like the orange that all
He-
air nomads wear?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That narrows it down.
So
how many
everyone-
how many air nomads are there in
Also, I saw the
temple?
I saw the track of the tart lead up this way, and then it veered off the bridge.
Why didn't you start with that?
Because I'm not good at that bit.
That was really important information to start this conversation.
Look, I jumped to the end conclusion. We know this.
maybe you should just jump.
Speaking of jumping,
Can I try and like feel if there is water down the bridge? Like is there a
Yeah.
way that I can try and feel
Aquila,
that?
you close your eyes and reach out with your soul, with your love, but you don't find any water because that's insane. No one can do that.
So no, I can't feel if there's water. even though I can control
I feel
water.
really mean now.
Surely if there's water down there, I could like
Yeah, I mean you can try and bend it, but you can't feel it. Like
but can I try and if there's water down there, can I try and bend it up?
Oh yeah, as you look down into the ravine, it's really far away. You don't think your bending could go that far.
Okay.
I mean, probably the furthest thing you've ever bent away from you is a couple of meters.
Okay.
I feel
and
like
that was
we're
a
gonna
human
have-
body.
It's actually
Yeah.
such a good point. Like most of the bending's done very close range and then shot out away. So actually, yeah, probably the range to begin the bending process before then releasing with momentum is only within a meter or two of you. Actually, yeah. I'm just trying to think. I've not seen many long range bending, so yeah, probably not very far.
Especially with like rock bending and things like that.
Yeah, it's all very yeah. Oh, actually, we do see Boomy do some pretty insane shit when he's inside that metal cage with his face. Remember, he like rock bends like these stone bars to break him out of prison using only his chin. They're from meters and meters.
But he is like
he's a
top
god.
of the top.
It's
like he's a very, very strong earthbender, the strongest in the world.
Yeah,
only beaten by Toph if she was older and wiser.
And he eats a lot of Geminite, so that probably like gives him strength, right?
Pure
Geminite.
Sure.
What? I'm getting eaten?
Yeah, he eats Geminis.
No!
It's a shame Boomy's not alive in this timeline. I love Boomy. He's a great character. Love to play Boomy.
Boomy's great.
I mean, when I say timeline, he's not alive yet. Like Boomy hasn't been. Oh no, Boomy has.
No, he would have been
born. Boomy's just been born. Boomy's a baby because he's about the same age as Aang.
Boomy?
So
baby Boomy.
Boomy has just been born. He's like he's a few months old at this point. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Is there like a bit of rock or something up here that I can throw over the bridge to
100%. You
splash?
pick up a stone from the ground, chuck it over the edge. You listen out. It's a clasher of stone on stone echoes up through the crevasse.
That
No
didn't sound like
plop
water.
from water.
So there's two options. Option 1, there's no water. Option 2, I just miss the water.
I think it's option 1.
Which one do you think is more likely there, Aquila?
Well, I say we go down the goat track.
Feel free to go first.
My legs are really sore.
How far down is it? Sorry.
I mean, as you look over the edge, Shurva, looks like a couple of 100 meters. It's pretty deep.
Damn, my whip's not that long.
Maybe.
It's a long whip though.
It is a long whip. Maybe. I'm pleased we remember that. Yeah, Shurva, as you look over the edge, maybe like 150, 160 meters. It's pretty deep, this crevasse. I mean, you can only just see this flash of orange in the depths below. Now that Marco's pointed it out.
What is the safest way to go down a goat track? Is there any goats around?
No goats,
That we
but
can ride.
there's no goats around. But as you have a bit of a look around, you can see some. All right, I need a horrific monster creation.
Oh,
goat.
God.
Wait,
What about
There's some goat maggots.
What about Rung?
What about
Rung?
What about
you haven't-
Rung?
Yeah, you don't see Rung about. You haven't
What
seen
about,
Rung since he left with the
was
two
it Mango?
girls.
Is that what we called the...
You guys know where Mango is. She's just back at the stables, so you could easily go get Mango. I mean, you've even had flying lessons, Aquila and Mako.
I have.
That is a very good point. We should go get Mango.
Both of you
go
had
Mango.
flying lessons with Al.
Yeah, I was pro.
I believe in Aquila's abilities over mine. I feel like I zoned out a bit.
I feel like you probably had a nap.
Well, here's
pretty
the
sure
thing,
he
right?
did.
For you guys, it's been 3 months. For your characters, it's been a couple of hours. Probably
Yeah.
about
okay.
maybe a day since Al started teaching you how to fly Mango. So your characters would remember, because it's only been a day for them. So you would remember that Yip Yip is to take off and to speed up.
And Mango is to go down.
Yeah, sure. No, to pull back on the reins, we'll get Mango to slow. Let the reins go really slack. Mango will naturally drop to the ground. Pull right to go right, left to go left, up to go up.
That's
Pretty
right.
straightforward.
And then we tried to see how to.
And then you said to go down. You joked that it was pew pew, which is Yip Yip backwards. if you remember.
And then me and Rung tried to sit properly on the ground, and then we fell over.
Yes, because
Yes,
you can
I
also
recall.
use your feet to squeeze to help speed up or slow down, but you don't have to wrap your heads around the head of the bison. Just have your legs and your feet and press down with a bit of pressure to let Mango know that you want a bit of speed.
Yeah, gotcha.
Let's go get Mango.
Let's go get Mango.
Like a good bet.
I'm guessing you guys are moving a bit quickly. You're not just sauntering through. You're probably running a bit. I'm guessing, or jogging.
Yeah,
at
no,
least.
we're like I'm
Jogging.
jogging. Yeah, I don't want to.
I'm not bursting in a full sprint because
Is Aquila
I
like
don't-
bloodbending himself to like be able to run?
Can I do that?
Probably. It seems like a lot more work than just running, though. In hindsight, now that I say
Yeah,
that.
it feels like a lot.
Yeah,
I was-
As you guys
Normal
begin
jog.
jogging back down across the bridge towards the stables, you arrive back at the stables. You can see there's a number of other sky bison there. Mango looks to be drinking out of a large water trough, getting a big drink of water. She doesn't have her saddle on. That has actually been taken off by the stable hands, but she still has the reins on around her nose and mouth.
Is the
and tied
stable
onto her
hand
horns.
around?
Yeah, there's a
Without the
couple
saddle,
of there's a couple of
Could
young.
we still get like 3 people on it?
Yeah, you could still have 3 people hold on to Mango. It's just going to be like holding onto her fur so that you don't.
But
get
we
thrown
could
off.
fall off. We could fall
Yes.
off. How long do you reckon it would take to put on the saddle?
You guys probably. I mean, you've seen Al, and you've helped Al put the saddle on and take it off a couple of times now. Look, it's only about sort of 20 minutes.
Nope. Okay.
No
With one of the
saddle.
stable hands help.
There's a couple of stable hands around. Yeah, you could try and ask them. As you look over, you can see a couple of younger air nomads, probably in their sort of 14, 15s, who are helping out, being supervised by a woman much, much older, sort of in her late 50s, early 60s, who's sort of just watching them as they are running around, sort of cleaning up sky bison poop, pushing hay around, filling up the water troughs. She doesn't seem best pleased by their work. You can hear her sort of criticizing them sharply. Shovel that poop quicker, quicker! I said, into a pile. No, not a heap, into a pile, I said. As she's watching them sort of like run about.
Excuse me, Mrs. Stable.
She
Jesus,
turns and looks at you. You can see, hair is sort of shaved back a bit, sort of back up to the top of her head, is then braided down, coming around her shoulders. Arrow tattoos on her forehead and hands as she looks at you with these piercing grey eyes. Excuse me, I am currently working with my stable hands. Do you have something you wish to talk to me about? And it is stable master.
Excuse me, Mrs. Stable Master.
Miss.
This is our Mango, our sky bison. We were wondering how long it would take to put a saddle on, as we're in a bit of a situation, and we just want to know if we have time.
I can get these lazy runabouts to get your saddle on in less than a minute. Get Mango out into the courtyard. I'll be right there. Let me get these
Perfect.
layabouts into position. Which saddle is yours? She points over at the pile of saddles.
Really colourful one.
The one that says
She squints.
mangoes.
Oh, yes, that's monstrosity. Yes, all right, I'll get it on.
Perfect. Thank you, Mrs. Stable Master.
She called it a monstrosity.
I mean, you guys have half painted it. I don't know what you're expecting.
Yeah, it's not fully painted yet.
Yeah, it still needs like
she-
racing stripes.
Yes.
Oh, that's true, it does.
As you guys sort of get Mango's reins and help pull her out into the open, you can see that the stable master has organized all of the other stable hands into a line. And you watch as they begin airbending to lift up the saddle. She then gestures for you lot to move out of the way, and the air nomads all together throw the saddle onto the back of Mango. Mango sort of like looks up in a bit of surprise and fear, not really understanding what is going on with this thing, and then sort of relaxing once she realizes it's the saddle. The rest of them run underneath and begin clipping the buckles on and clipping the belts on. You can see the stable master, arms crossed, foot tapping impatiently on the cobbled stone. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, as they're rushing to get it done. Right as she says, and that's one, they all stop, hands behind their backs, perfectly still. Very, very average. Go on, back to
you
work.
guys did great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, it
guys
was
are-
1 minute. It wasn't
You guys
under
are
a minute.
you guys are incredible.
As you jump onto Mango's back, who is flying Mango?
I suppose it's myself.
Archie, how do you fly Mango?
Properly.
Okay. How do you get Mango to take off? Do you remember?
Yep.
Nice, thank you. as you call out yip yip and flick the reins, Mango lets out this low growl, looks sort of longingly at the water trough, but then flicks her tail and whooshes it down, causing her to take off quite quickly. Mako and Shurva, as you're sort of sitting in the saddle, get thrown back a little bit as Mango takes off suddenly. Aquila, as you sort of go to turn, you realize that, without Al here to kind of like talk you through it, this is a little bit more stressful than what you remembered. And as you're sort of like pulling on the reins to kind of move Mango around in between the areas of the spires, could I get you to please push your luck roll?
We
Push your
just
luck
got our
training.
L plates.
How do I push? Oh, here we go. Got it.
Yes.
Passion plus
With
1.
Passion.
Ooh,
And
passion.
you're getting a +1 from Marco helping you. I believe it's a +1 for help, isn't it?
It doesn't matter.
+1. That is a miss. That's a 5. +1 is 6. Aquila.
Woo!
This is a lot harder than you remember. Without Al here to kind of like steady the reins, and also you also get the sense that Mango knows Al's not here, and she's not very comfortable with first-time flyers on the reins. Without Al here to kind of be in charge, she just takes control. And before too long, you're pulling on the reins. Mango's just not listening to you. She's sort of like flying around looking for the fruit trees. She sees the garden below, lets out a bit of a happy roar, and then goes and lands in the gardens, quite close to the bridge where you're trying to get her to go down, and begins like pulling berries off the tree, pulling fruit off the tree, eating it.
I thought you had this.
I thought I did. It's a bit harder. I guess Al's a bit better.
I would assume so.
Um,
It's sort of his thing.
Yeah, I could do stuff, but
Do you just want me? Do you want to do that, or do you want me to have a shot?
I don't really want to do that because again, I don't do that anymore.
You could also just get a stick, some rope, and some fruit.
Or maybe a really long whip.
It works on Minecraft.
What's on Minecraft? What's
on,
Minecraft?
On what?
On what?
It's a game Earthbenders play. We head down into a mine looking for coal, and we make cool shapes out of it.
Perfect. Rung's back.
Rung's back. Yeah.
As you turn around, Rung sort of like saunters over. Yeah, the girls kept talking about nerdy stuff and poetry and things, and then like they were talking to the Earth Nation girls, and I just got really bored. What are you lot doing?
Hanging out.
Rescue mission.
Oh, cool. What are you doing with Mango?
Trying to find
You weren't
Wait.
leaving us behind, were you?
No.
We would never leave
Definitely
you
not.
behind, Ron.
Definitely not you, Rung.
Oh, great. I've got abandonment issues, so I'd be really upset if people left me behind.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it'd be really tough.
This feels too
How,
real.
Rung, how good are you at pulling steps out of a side of a ravine?
You know, back in Laiwowo, when we had to get down to like really deep veins of coal, I'd make lots of really cool steps. Sometimes I'd make slides. We'd slide down them, but I could do steps as well.
Brilliant. Come with us.
A slide would be fun.
No, probably not. Not that far down.
It's only 100 meters.
It's a really
It's pretty
That's
far.
a really long slide.
That's pretty far.
That's
really
a lot
long
of
slide.
speed.
Like, if you think about it this way, each story of a building is about 3 meters.
Yeah.
That's a lot of...
Jesus.
Like, just
But
do the
no,
maths.
It's not a
That's...
drop. It's not a drop.
You would gather speed quite quickly going down it.
There's a
And then
reason
how are
they
you
call
going to
it...
stop at the end?
There's a reason they call it terminal velocity, is all I'm going to say. Yeah, look, I could try and make some stairs. Yeah, take me to the stone.
All right, we'll walk him over. Also, just real quick about terminal velocity. Remember that one time we played the forest together, Owen?
Yeah.
And those really cool flying foxes that you nearly
Uh-huh.
killed me with.
Good
Excuse
times.
me, I made some really cool zip lines, and you just didn't use them properly.
Sorry, that just came into my head then. I was like thinking about how, you reach the ground really, really fast, and then I remember I nearly died.
Well, the problem was, right, that the physics of the forest meant that as you came down really fast horizontally, you maintained that speed in that direction, which is actually not how physics works. It's a curvature drop-off. So what happened was I planned for it to be a curvature-based physics system. It wasn't. So as Bree went down the zip line, she just went yeet right out over the river. just gone. When she should have landed safely on the ground. But look, I take no responsibility for that.
Just quickly,
Hello.
the giant drop is 120 meters tall.
That's how it's as tall as the giant drop.
Yeah, so as a full drop, we could survive.
No, you don't understand. The giant drop, people don't survive that, the giant drop. It's on brakes. If it was just an actual drop, you would die at 120 meters. If a human fell 120 meters, you would die.
Absolutely.
I reckon you'd have a couple broken bones. I don't think you'd die.
Yeah,
If you jump off a 3-story building,
die.
you die.
You'd die.
No way.
Here you go. Free fall calculator. Here you go. Height in meters.
Oh, God.
120. And let's say it's an average person, so let's say 90 kilos for an average human man. Your speed at impact would be 48.5 meters per second. Falling 50 meters is the equivalent of getting hit by a car going 112 kilometers per hour. You would be, Archie, and I quote, so dead.
You would be a smear on the ground.
You would be so dead. Like, yeah, as Bree says, people die falling like 3 stories. It's like 12
Maybe
meters. This is 10 times that.
Maybe they're just
Weak. If they ate more wheat bix, they'd be. Yeah, as Rung looks over the edge, he like sort of looks and goes, "Whoa, sorry, it's pretty deep. Got a bit of a fear of heights. Wow, that's a big fall. You'd die from that if you fell down that. You'd totally die. Yeah, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert or anything, but yeah, you'd be so dead.
He's seen some shit in the mines.
Yeah, occasionally we break into like larger caverns sometimes, and sometimes you just drop. And I know one of my friends, like one of the things we say amongst earthbenders is never dig straight down. And one of my friends, he dug straight down and fell into a pool of lava. Yeah, he was trying to get to bedrock, looking for more diamonds down there.
Looking for diamonds, yeah.
Yeah, he was looking for diamonds down near bedrock, but
It's
he
happened
dug
to all
straight
of
down.
us.
Didn't bring enough ladders or torches.
You shouldn't go to bedrock to look for diamonds, but that's okay.
Oh, I didn't say he was smart.
Yeah, he dug straight down. You're very much smart.
Oh, I can make some stairs,
okay,
yeah.
so yeah, there's already kind of a path. It's like the 30 centimeter like jut out. Can we just kind of follow that along and make it?
Bigger.
Oh, yeah, this is. I thought you. Yeah, this is easy mode. Yeah, easy. Watch this. And he watches Rung earthbends, kicks down with his feet, and the pathway widens to about 1 meter wide, and stairs carve themselves into it for about 2 meters. I'll keep going. If you guys want to follow me, I'll just.
Perfect.
It's
Thank God
fairly...
I made a bad comment about Minecraft and Rung was just
There.
yeah, summoned him.
Damn, I really wanted to fly a mango. That's fine.
As you begin getting deeper into the cavern, into the crevasse, you realize that probably would have been a bit tricky to fly Mango down here. Probably it would have required someone flying with a degree of expertise that, as you both look at Aquila, you're not sure he yet possesses with Mango.
Bit rude.
I did think about that after we got Mango. I was like, it's probably going to be kind of thin, sudden drop.
And you're asking a
hard
sky
to
bison
go straight down.
fly into a cave. Like, that's going to be a tough ask.
Wait, have we just left Mango on the
Yeah,
bridge?
don't worry about
Just
it.
up in the garden eating food. You've literally
She's
just left
in the
Mango there.
garden. She's eating fruit trees. She's happy. She's fine.
In mango, we trust.
Yeah, she's fine.
Oh my god. As you begin sort of heading down the stone steps, Rung making steps, it's pretty slow going, but you feel a lot safer. There are sections where, as Rung earthbends it, part of the pathway crumbles and cracks away. Rung goes, whoa. If you'd stepped on that, you'd be dead right now. And then looks right at Aquila. And then earthbends out a set of stairs.
Then pushes.
And then begins walking down. As he gets a little bit further, another bit of crumble, he looks at Mako. Whoa. You'd be dead if you were stepping there. Does it again. And then Rung kind of does this every like couple of like 30, 40 meter movements as you head down. As I said, pretty slow going.
Not that far.
Rung, I am so glad that you were part of our crew. Like, I don't know what we would do without you sometimes.
You know, I think that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Normally people tell me that they need with space, or I should go clear out mine shaft 37, which is the shittest mine shaft where no one else goes.
You're useful. You have your uses.
So
I mean,
nice
how
of
else
to
would
say
you got
that.
your badge?
Well, I mean, I didn't want to abuse that power, but look, they say all power corrupts and coal power corrupts absolutely. So I just
Oh no.
travel that one
Oh
on.
no.
And Ron continues to. He
Oh,
would say that. You know, he would
no.
say that.
No.
You know,
He
Brandon
really
would say
would,
that.
though. If he thought of it, he would.
Brandon, Rung. Rung continues making the stairs. As you get closer and closer to the bottom, looking down, like, this is a long fall. And that orange fabric that you can see at the bottom looks to be part of the cloak, or maybe the cloak from the Air Nomad Librarian, the Airbender Librarian. You remember him saying he wasn't a bender. Probably at this stage, you're starting to think that if you find him at the bottom,
He's going to be very happy and in one piece.
yeah, the opposite of that.
That's good.
But
Yeah.
the cloak at the bottom occasionally looks like it's sort of moving a little bit, but you're not sure if that's because of the wind or someone or something underneath it. And
What
as
if he
you-
fell off the bridge because he was choking on the berries, and then he fell to the bottom?
Had
and
an
now
allergic reaction.
Yeah, and now
Yeah.
his clothes are just flowing because he's stuck in a tree.
yeah,
Or if
maybe.
he's just twitching.
No,
As
I
you
think Owen's
finally
twitching.
arrive, as you finally arrive at the bottom of the crevasse and begin heading over, you can see the cloak. It's sort of bulging as if there's something underneath it. What do you guys want to
Shoddy
do?
not. Shoddy not.
Oh, I'll do it.
This is not a nah.
Wait, see if you can sense blood under there.
Of course, I can sense blood. If there's a body under there, I can sense blood on myself and on you.
Yeah, Killer, as you focus, you realize you can't sense blood.
Alright, no blood.
Intelligence check -1.
Aquila, as you reach down and slowly lift up the cloak underneath, there's no body. It's just his outer cloak.
So
the-
maybe he fell off.
But the remains of the pie are under there as well, and it looks like the cloak has been weighed down. And as you sort of look in the pockets, you can see that there's some rocks that have been filled into the pockets of his cloak.
He really didn't like this pie. He had to get rid of it.
Or maybe someone filled the pockets with rocks and threw the outer cloak down here to make us
does this-
think that he
What
was
does
down
this
here.
even mean?
But maybe he filled his own pockets up with rocks and then threw them over with the pie.
This is way too elaborate. I'm
I'm
out.
pretty sure we've just been led
Dude,
on
I
a
think we've been
stupid rabbit chase,
I
and we
think
should
Miss-
go back up.
I think Mr. Library duped us.
We got duped.
Yeah.
Is there anything else down here? Like,
You know, if I was going to kidnap someone, I'd probably take them and maybe chuck some clothes somewhere random.
Well, that's why you don't kidnap people, wrong?
If I was going to.
but that just leaves evidence of them being kidnapped.
When was the last time you kidnapped people?
Well, if I was going to kidnap someone, I'd probably want a ransom or something, wouldn't I? Why am I kidnapping them?
Hey,
Maybe
Rung,
they've got information.
Oh, I'm hoping I can get coal off them. Yeah, Shurva?
is there anything specific about the rocks in the pocket? Like, can you see anything distinctive about them? Like they came from a certain part of the temple or anything?
Oh, yeah, I'll have a look. Rung sort of bends down, picks it up. Oh, this is quite a nice stone. This is a really nice shale.
Wait,
There's not much shale around here. It's just quite nice.
So whereabouts would we find shale around here?
A lot deeper than this. Probably not up in mountains. You'd have to get it from deeper underground.
We've got to dig.
I've now got more questions than answers. Like,
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
I'm so confused.
So there's nothing else around here though, is there? Like, it's just a.
Is there any
Oh, do you want to
cave
make
or
me an
anything
assess the
around here?
situation check, please?
Yeah, Andrew, you do that.
Honestly, what is my creativity? Not really, but I can do it. Get out of the way. There we go.
I was asking, bitch.
I got an egg one, so this is great.
That is a 5. That is a miss. A bit of a look around. Not really much that you can see here. I might roll for Rung, because Rung's...
Guys, we got played. Let's just head up.
Hang on, let me roll for Rung.
Just call
Rung's
it.
got a +0 to creativity.
Mr. Library's gone.
Oh, 11. That is an absolute success for Rung, but it doesn't look like it's... There
Hey,
you go, it has come
Rung.
through. Rung, absolute success, 11. Oh, hey, I don't know if this is relevant, but someone's filled in a tunnel just over there. Points behind, off towards an area of the crevasse.
That is extremely relevant.
That is a
Could
bit-
you sense that in the rock?
No, you can't see. Don't be stupid. You can't sense stone. I can see it. You can see how the coloration of the rocks here is a little bit different. It's not as weathered. It means it's been freshly sort of filled in. Whereas if you look at the stone around it, it's much more weathered. You see some lichen growing across that. Yeah, it's if you look at it, it's much less salty as well. And Rung goes over, licks the stone. Yeah, it's pretty dusty.
That was
Thanks.
something.
Do we put like a bomb in front of it and blow it up, or
We don't. I don't have any bombs.
We
I
have
mean,
an earthbender.
no, look, you're right. We should get. Oh yeah, I could just earthbend it. Yeah. Do you want me to?
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks, pal.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no problem.
We are.
Rung
You
stamps
guys are
down.
fucking idiots.
Look, I missed my thing. I'm just like, I don't know if there's anything here. We need to head back. We just need to move. Get out of here.
Rung stomps down and then pulls away, and as the rocks fall aside, you can see a tunnel leading into the darkness, into the side of the mountain. A very faint glimmer of light emerging from the other side.
Ooh.
Hey, I found a tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Oh no. Secret tunnel. Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
So we all see the light at the other end. Do you want me to make a light as well, or do we want to creep
Let's try
up
and
on
be
them?
sneaky.
Sneaky snakes?
Sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're really gonna find anything important
Wait.
in the tunnel, like against the walls or anything.
Did that make a lot of noise?
It made a fair bit of noise as Rung earthbends a huge pile of rocks out of the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, come on, Andrew.
that makes sense.
Oh, did you need me to do that? I could have tried some sand bending, maybe turn the earth into sand to do it sneakily. Sorry,
No,
I
that's
didn't
fine.
think
That's
that.
fine.
Next time.
You did a great job.
I've been practicing my sand bending. Watch this. And he stamps down and turns his foot, and he watches the tiniest little patch of sand in front of him. Tiniest little patch of dirt turns into sand in front of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I turned that into sand. I didn't turn it into sand. It's just dust. I'm not very good yet.
You.
It's okay, you tried. Anyway.
Anyway, let's go through the tunnel. Who wants to go first? Trevor?
Yeah, I'll go
Thanks.
first, that's fine.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
I'll stay at the back.
Perfect. As you guys begin heading into the tunnel, it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. The darkness pressing in on all sides around you. But before too long, you find your vision beginning to lighten, revealing this hastily carved, very narrow tunnel through the rock, filled with debris and jagged, sharp edges catching at your clothes as you walk past. The light steadily grows brighter and brighter at the other end, and as you begin passing through this tunnel, get closer to the other side, you can hear the sound of faint voices echoing out from in front of you. Hard to make out what they're saying, just these very rough, echoey voices. Super
there's
cute,
people.
by the way, Bree, watching your kitten sort of navigate your headphones. He seems really perturbed by the headphones, as if what have you got on your face?
He's trying really hard to find somewhere to snuggle in and go to sleep, and he just keeps he's not quite comfy.
Can't find his spot.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute. Yeah, you can sort of hear these faint echoey voices from up ahead.
Does one of them sound like the librarian?
As you sort of listen and focus, they sound rough, very
Angry.
deep. Yeah, very deep voices, much deeper than the librarians that you heard before.
Deeper than Mr. Library. Okay.
What's the possibilities here?
Mr. Library is a mastermind.
Oh my god.
Doubt.
That's very unlikely though. He seemed way too nice.
The nice people are always bad.
No, you weren't that nice.
I was at the start.
Okay,
I would have said you were more awkward than nice, but sure.
Are they the same thing?
No. Someone from a different faction has infiltrated and is trying to gain knowledge on something that they could have just gone to the library for.
You only know stuff about history, though.
Maybe, history is everything that's happened in the past.
Yeah, but who would be most interested
That
in
is
history?
that is the definition of history. Yes.
There's more history than there is
Mystery.
not
History?
history.
Actually,
Let's,
the other way around, it's more mystery than history, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know, the history is pretty horrible.
I do love horrible histories.
Stupid stuff. Because they're true.
So we continue, but we might quiet down a bit.
Quiet down a little bit and just
Yeah.
You're going to try and be a
Can
bit
we
stealthy.
hear what they're saying?
No, as you focus and listen, it's very echoey and distorted.
So it could still be quite far away, if it's
Yeah.
still quite echoey.
So
Alrighty, as you guys begin sort of heading through, trying to be a bit more stealthy, trying to be a bit more quiet, could I have you please rely on your skills and training to see how stealthy you are, or push your luck? You tell me which one you prefer to do.
Oh,
I think I would have more skills and
Skills and
I
training to be
will-
stealthy.
push my luck.
I was going
I'm
to
gonna
say, Aquila's
push my
not trained
luck.
to be stealthy. Neither's
gonna-
Marcos. That makes sense, actually. Marco's not trained to be stealthy. Aquila's not trained to be stealthy. Sure is.
I just keep getting misses tonight. What the hell?
Do you know the miss, did you?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. One
Oh.
1 plus 2 plus 1 is a 4.
Yeah.
It's done. I'm so
Shurva.
stealthy.
You're
do
finding
you
it
get?
very hard to walk
11.
quietly. Mostly
I got
because you're
12
spending
for
most
you.
of your time pointing out everything these two bozos are doing wrong. And with your help, they are a lot quieter. Only problem is that has come at the cost of you being quiet, telling them how to be more quiet. As you guys begin getting closer to the mouth of the cavern, though, it doesn't seem like anyone has heard you. The voices don't suddenly stop or raise or lower. They continue as normal until you sort of reach the very mouth of the cavern and see the lip of what looks to be a very small outcropping. As you very stealthily move up and glance over the other side, you see a very small encampment, about 3 or 4 tents. A number of earthbenders, or very rough-looking Earth Nations civilians, I should say, crowd around a cage, a wooden cage. Inside you can see an unconscious form, the librarian. A large gash on his head, slowly leaking blood, staining his blue arrow this very red, dark crimson. And as you get closer and begin listening out, you can hear them talking to another airbender, another air nomad. This one wearing much lighter robes, much more streamlined, and the kite has the symbol of a cloud being pushed by wind on it that he has open. You were far too noisy. We need to be quiet. If the temple masters are roused to what the guiding wind are doing, we will have a lot more trouble on our hands than is worthwhile. I am not paying you the full amount. Half is all you're getting. Now listen here, you airbender shit. You pay us to do a job. Half now, half on delivery. It's delivery. We got your man, didn't you? Didn't we? Sorry. It's talking in third person. We got your man, didn't we? Yes, but you raised far too much noise. People hurt. I could see from above a group of outlanders. People from other nations seem to be interested. Look, we put his cloak at the bottom of the ravine. They'll just think he fell off to his death. No one's climbing down that to check. Never underestimate the curiosity of children. Right,
Now we
alright,
jump-
yeah.
now we
Children are our
jump out
biggest.
of
Do you? Is that what you do?
No.
Hi,
Yeah,
we
that's
are
right.
the children.
Children are our biggest concern right now. Yeah, you're so right. Well done. Give us the money, or we're not handing over the cargo.
Wait for
I
him
think
to
you
get the money.
misunderstand the situation here. And you watch as this air nomad suddenly whips his kite around and slams it down into the ground. This burst of air sends these earth bandits, you suspect, sprawling on the ground. And as the air nomad whips his staff around back again and flings it up above him, spinning it rapidly, a tornado begins to form around him. Small at first, but large enough that it's blowing sand and dust towards the Earth Nation bandits. As they cover their eyes, the dust whipping towards them, cutting into them, tiny rocks carving furrows across their cheeks and exposed skin, cutting these little tiny razor cuts. A sky bison drops down from above, a shadow at first, and then drops down, the paws gripping around the cage and then taking off into the air.
Mango?
The air nomad. Yep, hello?
Is it mango?
It's not mango.
Oh shit.
It's a different sky bison. Much larger.
There's
You-
more than
you
one.
think-
The hell?
Yeah, I know, it's hundreds. Much larger sky bison. As it grabs the cage and takes off, the air nomad, this air nomad with the cloud symbol on his glider, whips his glider back into position and takes off vertically, just straight up, using the wind that he created to push the Earth soldiers back as lift to suddenly throw him up into the air onto the back of the sky bison. You hear a voice call out, "Yip, yip," and the sky bison takes off vertically, the cage still in its paws. As you
So
see
he
it-
still has Mr. Library.
He has Mr. Library. You watch as it sort of takes off into the air, the Earth soldiers, the Earth bandits sort of like coming to their senses, like dusting themselves off, looking around going, "What the fuck was that?" And then as they turn, one of them goes, boss, look, up on the ravine." And all eyes suddenly turn towards the outcropping where you're glancing over. And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. come back next time with Rung sort of there being like,
no.
guys, I think they've seen us. That is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. A little bit of a shorter session tonight. That's because we're missing so many people. We didn't want to go too far without them. Brandon will be back next week joining us as Rung. Dave will be back from Malaysia the week after that, so we'll be back on the main quest stuff later. So I hope you've enjoyed this little side mystery with the air nomads to enjoy, and getting in a bit of greater air nomad lore with the Guiding Wind, who were active at this time in history. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you so much. That is all from us here tonight. Saturday morning, we'll be doing a stream. Might be First Class Trouble, might be Raft. We'll see how we feel, hey? Let's see what we're feeling up to. If we've got 6 people, let's try and do First Class Trouble. If it's not 6, we'll probably do Raft then. And actually, yeah, we're doing really well on Raft. We've made like great progress.
Yeah.
Done. All right.
We're at
Tangaroa?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that the big dome city?
Yeah,
we just finished the dome.
Yeah.
We just finished the dome, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't open the doors for you guys.
Yeah.
I remember that. Which means I think we have to go back because I didn't find... Oh, no, we don't have to go back. That's okay. But yeah, we'll let you know on Saturday what we're doing. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Next Monday, obviously, Curse of Strahd will be back, and Tyranny of Dragons on Wednesday for the penultimate episode of Tyranny of Dragons. I hope you guys have enjoyed having Avatar Legends back. We're excited to be back doing Avatar Legends. Yeah, going to be really, really cool finishing off this campaign and getting through all the cool stuff that I've gotten written up for these guys to explore. So thank you.
Oh, yeah.
We will see you guys again really, really soon. But until then, stay safe, stay well, and see you guys next time. Farewell, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.